All right, we are live, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome into another episode of the High Point Huddle. I'm joined DeAndre Hopkins and Des Bryant. It's going to be a great show. Appreciate you guys coming through on Halloween night, spending some time with us talking football. Hopkins, you're coming off an amazing game, man. Let's talk about it right away. Outstanding performance, put up a hat trick, 4 catches, over 100 yards, 3 touchdowns. One hell of a game. One hell of a game. Just first of all, congratulations. Second of all, why don't you want to go a little bit into that performance, talk a little about your chemistry with Will Levis and how that came to be?
So, Will, obviously his first game, he balled out, did his thing, got me the ball. But, he didn't force it, didn't make any, unnecessary throws that he didn't feel like he needed to make. And that's what you got to love out of a young quarterback who's not just, looking at who's supposed to be the number one target. You see, I had, maybe 6 targets and 4 receptions. That's all to the offensive line, obviously, and Will getting the ball to me. But he spread it out. He wasn't just force feeding me. So the numbers and the touchdown obviously looked good, but it wasn't something where he was like, all right, I gotta force it here. And hopefully we can continue.
Oh, absolutely. I want to start out saying I'm a huge fan of Will Levis. And Luke can vouch for that. A lot of guys on the
He was saying it back in June. He was.
I'm happy to see him get his opportunity. I know if I was Will in that position and I had a DeAndre Hopkins on my team, I know exactly where I'm going when I need a big play. You know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
So I'm glad that he came through for you, Hop. I knew he would if he got the opportunity, and it was beautiful to see. 4 catches, 128, three TDs. That was a beautiful performance.
Hey, I saw you included on your post on Instagram, but you really were like that meme of Randy Moss that goes around all the time, where it's like 3 catches for 138, like that was literally the game you had. Like that was crazy. So
yeah,
just shout out once again. We'll talk a little more about the
absolutely.
game here in a little bit, but just to hit on some other big stories from around the NFL this week. The Bengals are back, man. I mean, just to talk about them a little bit. I want to give credit to Joe Burrow. I'm a Steelers fan. Hop, I know you guys are playing me this Thursday. But the Bengals, man, they're back. Joe Burrow, he looks healthy. This offense got off to a bit of a slow start this season. They're exploding now. I'll take a little bit of a victory lap, Des. If you remember last week on the High Point Huddle, I said my sleeper for the Bengals to upset the Niners. So, listen, the Bengals offense is clicking right now. Des, why don't you talk a little bit about what you're seeing from that group and how they're looking dominant once again?
Well, I'm not really that surprised. These past 2 years, when you look at the Cincinnati Bengals, they started off exactly how they did this year. I don't know what it is. I don't know what type of ritual they got going on. It's like we need to put ourselves in this position to look foolish, to give us some ammo to come out, I'm serious, Hop. That's what it was, bro. I'm not making this up. Like, look, these past couple of years, the Bengals will look like they not going to the playoffs. They have no hope, no chance. And after they take about 3 to 4 L's, they look like a whole brand new team. So, yeah,
that's a good football team. That signs of a good football team, and we played those guys this year. We got the best of them, but it wasn't an easy game, and it seemed like what you said. And they, when they taste a little bit of blood, they're gonna keep fighting. But I think they got something. Joe Burrow obviously, has a lot of chemistry with Jamar. You see what's going on with T. Higgins getting back in the swing of things. I think for their offense, that's what they got to do. They got to incorporate T. Higgins. Not me being a biased Clemson receiver, but T. Higgins, he opens up things for Jamar. And last game he had a decent game. I think if they continue that, it's gonna be a tough team to beat.
Yeah, I mean that's no bias at all. Higgins is one of the best wideouts in the league for sure. I mean he's a phenomenal player, and like you said, I mean those duos, man, it opens up for Jamar. It doesn't make sense why he's had such a slow start to the year. He's even a little banged up, him out a little bit, but he's an amazing player. And I think he's definitely going. This offense is going to continue clicking for sure. I want to talk a little bit about last night's game.
Hold on, Luke.
What's up, Des?
Hold on, Luke. Speaking of duos, I always wanted to ask Hop this and really never had a real chance to ask him. How's the young buck learning from you, Burke? Traylon Burke. How is he learning from you? How is that relationship? Is it great? Is he learning?
hey, he absorbing everything he's supposed to. And, obviously he's not, statistically having, the year that a lot of people, want from him, but it's gonna come. And those plays, he's a half an inch away from, making those big plays. And you guys seen what he did when he was out there on the field before he had the injury. He's 6'2", 6'3", and the guy is 220 and is moving. Running 21 miles per hour on those go balls.
Wow.
So
so he got a chance. He got a real good chance to be one of them ones.
Hey, the kid gonna be special. He gonna be special.
Now you know that's big, Hop, coming from you.
Nah, I'm not just saying that because he's my teammate, but I see the way he work. I see how great he want to be. He take everything serious.
Absolutely, I can respect that.
Yeah, he's very explosive. I love what I saw from him last year, and yeah, like you mentioned, he has a reputation of worker just from from a fan perspective. That's what everyone says about him. So very excited moving forward, 100%. Like I mentioned here a second ago, Jahmyr Gibbs, monster night. Des, why don't you talk a little bit about what you saw from his performance? Amazing game from him. Heavy work, very efficient.
I mean, he was one of them guys at Alabama. All he needed was a chance to get an opportunity, and Detroit gave it to him. And we saw what he did with it. Like, I'm not surprised. He's a hell of a talent, and I think that this is exactly what we're going to continue to keep seeing. The more opportunities Detroit give him. So, what you think about him, Hop?
Jahmyr is, man, he's gonna be in the league for a while. Kind of like you said, needed somebody to give him a chance, and that's what that's what they're doing right now, man. They give him a chance to make plays. The designing plays for him. What you say?
He remind me of? He remind me of Alvin Kamara, just a faster Alvin Kamara.
I can see that.
That. Can really catch and catch out the backfield, run routes, and do things like that. But he had 26 carries for 152 yards and a TD.
He's special. He gonna be around for a while, man.
Absolutely,
he's gonna have a great career. His receiving ability is really what I think separates him. Him this year, that running back class, both those guys play like wideouts when you flex them out wide, man. You can do a lot of things in the formation, move them around pre-snap. The Lions were doing that a lot. Third downs, even on first downs, they're going out in 5 wide, motion them into the backfield, wheel route. Like, they did a lot of really fun stuff with Gibbs in that offense. I'm looking forward to see how they have a really nice duo with him and Montgomery going right now. And I hope they give Gibbs touches once Montgomery returns from injury, because I know earlier on in the year, he was only 7 touches a game. I hope they increase that workload for him.
Balance out that offense. If they balance out that offense, hey, Detroit be more scary than what they already are. So
yeah, and they got another playmaker in Peoples-Jones today. So I think Detroit they're trying to give Goff some talent around him, man. They're building a nice team over there.
Yeah, Goff pretty good. A lot of people been sleeping on Goff. I never thought Goff was not good. I always thought he was one of them ones when he came out of college. He's been proving it ever since he left Los Angeles. So. Yeah.
Hey, some people actually say that trade between Detroit and LA with Stafford ended up being one of the most fair trades in NFL history. It was Detroit got 3 first and Jared Goff, and the Rams got Stafford. LA won a Super Bowl. Detroit's team, you know what I mean? So that ended up being one of the most fair trades, one of the biggest fair trades in NFL history. So shout out to Jared Goff and the Detroit Lions.
I would agree. I would absolutely agree.
Yep.
They turned the franchise around over there. And it's cool to see, like this primetime game they had, that stadium was packed. Fans were loud. Those uniforms were nice, by the way. I like the helmet. I think that they are really starting to change the culture there. I think he's a really special coach. He's a great leader. From what I see.
Well, he's a player. He's a player first. So he understands them guys in the locker room. And the NFL is starting to realize that, once you start putting a lot of familiar faces, with faces that play the game. I mean, playing the game that play the game, that's what you're going to get every time. This Detroit team look like a promising playoff team. Look like they can go pretty deep, to be honest. If I'm not mistaken, they number 1 in the NFC?
They're up there for sure. They might be.
I think they're number 1. I think they are number 1 in the NFC. But you got to remember what they did last year also. They was that team that was one basically, a couple plays away from the playoffs that nobody wanted to see because they was heating up.
1,000%, Hop. You're not lying. And on top of that, they were a couple of plays away from winning those big games too. They lost a lot of close games.
I believe the most in the league last year. Actually, that team had a lot of talent last year. This year they got even better. I think it's interesting too is a lot of people really criticize their draft this year if in the media for taking Gibbs at 12 and taking Campbell in the first round. NFL draft value guys, right? But overall, the team that they put together on the field with these draft classes and stuff are doing amazing things. So again, just shout out to Detroit and everything they're doing. The football team. Hop, let's talk a little bit more about this game, man, and the situation you got going on in the quarterback room. I know there's a lot of stuff going on with injury and all that, but Levis, again, a little bit about what it added to the offense this week to shots. You know what I mean? Like, take a little bit of pressure off the run downfield. Levis has a really strong arm, as I'm sure you know. How's that added to the offense?
That's obviously something that we want to hit. We run the ball a lot, and it is what it is. We got one of the best running backs in the game. Why wouldn't you run the ball? So I think for us, when we do take those shots, we want to capitalize off of them. If it's Ryan throwing them, if it's Will throwing them, and that's what we did last week. We've done it a couple. We did it before us also. This isn't the first time where we capitalize off of deep balls. You got Chris Moore, Nick Westbrook, who is very underrated. I would say speed receivers. Those guys are moving, and so that's our game, man. And we'll take what we can get, but we feel like we got receivers that can go get the ball deep, and we've shown that, and we're gonna keep doing it as well. If it's Ryan back there, if it's Malik, we feel like we got a skill set of receivers who can go get the ball and make plays on top of you. And I think we average maybe 6'1", 6'2" receiver height, with Kevin, being the shortest, but Cal Phillips being the shortest. So I think for us, man, we want to go get it. We want to be deep all the time. But we can also beat you underneath with those 5-10 yard routes. You got Cal. Cal is one of the best receivers I've seen get in and out of routes.
Dude, I think he's really under. He's good. He showed a lot of potential last season. I think really consistent guy underneath, like you mentioned. I think he's a really nice route runner.
Yeah, he is. So you watch him, Des. I haven't seen anybody get in and out of routes that fast since I've been in the league, man.
Oh man, look,
I've been around a lot of guys. He's special. So obviously, we got, like I said, we got the skill set of receivers who we feel like match up against anybody, and that's what we're gonna keep doing. And we've I guess known to be before a run first offense, and that's not something where we're us receivers like, okay, we run the ball, man, we're gonna get in there and block as well. This is how we're gonna win, and we know that we got one of the best running backs and a young running back in Tajay Spears, who was a dog as well.
Yeah, can you talk a little bit about Spears real quick, actually, if you don't mind? He's not coming out of the draft.
Luke is a huge fan of him.
Oh, Spears is, man, look, the kid is gonna be special. Tajay is gonna be special, and if you watch the highlights of him, he's getting reverses. He's taking handoffs, and he run hard. He's one of those running backs that his balance is incredible. You think he's down, and he's not. Last week he caught a bubble. A guy just came and smacked him as soon as he caught it, and somehow he gained 2 yards. So he's gonna be something where, he's gonna be a kid that is gonna be in the league for a while, man. He got it.
And you know what, Hop? I heard you mention something, and you're absolutely right. Henry is one of the best running backs in the league, but also you're one of the best receivers in the league too. And what I love from that performance that I saw was, the potential is there to continue to keep moving forward in the season with a balanced offense like that. They can get you the ball, create great opportunities. You're making it easy for Derrick Henry. You're making it easy for the play caller. You're making it easy for the rest of those guys to get that ball too. I understand that you want to be modest. That's okay. I'll speak on it. Like you guys, if you guys just come together, the offensive coordinator just look at that film and just build from it. Ain't no telling what you guys can do for the remainder of the year. So I'm excited to see what you guys gonna do moving forward, because if we can continue to keep seeing what y'all did this past week, oh my gosh.
It's gonna be special. But we got a long season, so I ain't gonna speak on too much, man. We got a long season, not a game plan ahead of us.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know how I know you like to keep it chill, but hey, man, you are who you are now. You are who you are.
Appreciate it, brother. It means a
Yes,
lot
sir.
coming from you.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll about Will Levis and his performance from this past week. For a rookie to come in for your first career start and go out there and throw 4 touchdown passes, extremely impressive. I mean, obviously he's in line to start again. You got Pittsburgh lined up, prime time. What do you think from Will and in his second start in the league?
I'm looking for him to do what he did last week, a couple of days ago. And that's make the right decisions, like he did, and go out and be himself, play with the confidence that he played with, that everybody know he has, and just be Will Levis. That's it. That's all we need him to be, is himself.
Did you guys clown him in the locker room at all for the whole mayo and coffee thing, or eating the bananas with
A little bit. We mess with him a little bit, but I think he's not the only person that does some weird things with with their coffee. So I think we let him slide, man.
That's crazy. I don't know what Will had going on with that, but speaking of Will, I want to touch on Will just a tad bit more. The reason why I'm such a big fan of Will is because Hop, this better than anybody. Kentucky is not known for some football school, right? They're not known for that. And I started paying attention to Kentucky because of Will. And the way, he had a great career there. And so that's what gave me a lot of hope. I'm like, it's possible for him to translate his game over to the NFL, and just to see him go out there, not in the preseason, not at the beginning of the season, but in the middle of the season, where guys really kick-started. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
To go out there and put on a performance like that, that's really amazing.
But college is different. College is different now, man. Those guys, they're throwing different. The game is different. It's almost I ain't gonna say a 7-on-7 kind of type football, but they doing that, man. It's more 7-on-7 at a young age. It's not like how we used to be. That stuff was kind of incorporated later, So right. I feel like just even receivers are a little bit more advanced than they used to be back in our days.
That's
just
true.
Overall, it's they throw the football a little more in college than we used to, so it's different.
So it makes total sense for him to go out there and put that performance on like that. So if that's what I'm hearing, so yeah.
Yeah, but look though, fellas, I got to get this work done. I'm about to get ready. Got a short week,
Appreciate it.
So about to go get a massage, get the body right, man.
Yeah. Now look, Hop, I appreciate it, bro. It means a lot every time you come through for your boy. So appreciate that, dog. I'm looking forward. Good luck this Thursday. I'm tuned in. The crew tuned in.
I already know.
Let's get it.
Appreciate you, man. Nice
appreciate it, Lou. Yes, sir. All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
See you, man. All right, Des. Let's talk a little about fantasy football. Hey, listen. You want to get on a win streak. Let's go.
What's up?
Hey, listen. You're going to sneak in the playoffs and win the $25K after all, man. You're here.
Bro, if I do that, bro, I'm not going to stop talking shit, right?
Never.
Which we know that's very impossible. That's very impossible.
Hey, imagine in the playoffs, it comes down to me and you.
Bro, I'm taking you out, bro.
I'm taking you out. That'd be crazy. Hey,
if your lineup better than mine, I'm gonna try to hack your phone somehow, some way. To replace your lineup.
You're gonna steal my log. Make a call to the sleeper CEO and be like, all his good players.
Bench him now, right now.
Yeah. Correct the scoring. Give all his players zeros. Hey, listen, I'm 7-1. I'm in first place. I'm coming for that $25K. We lost Nick Chubb early on. I thought my hopes were doomed. I'm not going to lie. Nick Chubb was my star player. We're still cooking. I'm still looking good. A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts on Dez's favorite football team in the world, the Philadelphia Eagles, being backpack carrying my team so far this year, and I love it. So shout out to them for carrying my fantasy team so far. And listen, I'm coming for that $25K, man. I really am.
Okay. Hey, right now, look, it looked like it's yours. It looked like it's yours.
So. Hey, I just took down Nolan. Shout out to Nolan. I took out Nolan this past week. That was a clash of the Titans. That was the number 1 and number 2 team, man. I came out ahead, so that was huge for me. Absolutely love to see that. Hey, let's for the weekend, man. Why don't you go ahead
Hold
with
on,
yours
before we
first?
talk about the sleeper picks, the Dolphins and the Chiefs play this week,
Yeah, man. They're the Germany game. Or
bro.
that's gonna be
I
a
want to
huge
go to that
game.
game so bad. I really want
It's
to
in
go to that
Germany. Get a
game.
flight.
I mean, like seriously, and that's a real thought.
Listen,
It's
I
my
mean,
birthday this weekend too, so I might just have to do that.
hey, what day's your birthday? I can't miss that.
November 4th.
Okay. Hey, but
Oh yeah.
listen, that game's gonna be special. That crowd is gonna be. You ever been to any
Mm-hmm.
sporting events overseas? I haven't personally.
No, but I played in London
Oh,
back in
okay.
2014. And oh my gosh, I had a hell of a game. It was against the Jacksonville Jaguars. You know,
Dude,
I
they're
went
like
crazy.
every year.
Yeah, it's like a home game for them.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a home game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How was that environment in London? Was it crazy?
Bro, it was so amazing. It was like we played at the Wembley, and I'm like, wow, like it was so different but so cool at the same time
Right.
because I had never been. And it's just the atmosphere, the way they embrace sports, the way they want it more, like the way the NFL embraced, you know, bringing the game over there. It was amazing. It was just amazing turnout, so
Yeah, that whole
it
thing is
was a
really
cool
cool.
experience.
I'm happy that
Yeah.
games too. Like they're doing them
Facts.
in Mexico City. They're doing them in Germany. In London, dude. I honestly think I know that it can never happen logistically. Players wanting to necessarily play there, but I think it's to the point where the NFL hypothetically it would have huge support. You know what I mean? Like people have
Facts.
huge interest in the game over there. There's a ton of fans in Europe, and they would go crazy for a team. But I don't travel and scheduling and all that. But it would
Right.
be
It'll be tough. It'll be tough. But what would be cool if they had a whole league, NFL league
I would
in
love
London
that. I would
across the
love that.
world. Right? That'd be super dope.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. I would love to see that football become a more global sport. For you actually to talk about this, I don't know if you have on the show the flag football in the world and the Olympics in 2028.
Bro, like I would do anything to be able to participate in that. Like I'm talking about, bro, I'm drinking no alcohol ever again. Like nothing. I want that opportunity. You get what I'm saying? Going all in, bro. Like, and plus it's just flag football. Like I can still go out there and catch. Like I can still go out there and run. Like I'm still
Right?
a gym rat. You get what I'm saying? Like
No,
the
absolutely.
willpower is still there, Luke. It's still there.
I know it's still there. Dude, listen, I can't wait to see who we send. Honestly, because these active players are
Right.
starting to come to Avengers overseas, man. Like
Bro,
it's
no,
gonna
it's
be
not
crazy.
overseas. It's in LA.
Oh, you're right. My bad.
It's gonna be in
It's in
LA.
LA. Well,
Yeah.
we're playing people from across the world. It's a home game too. Oh my god, we're playing in America too. Like
Right.
that's gonna be crazy. I mean, we're
It's
gonna
gonna
blow
be
it up.
packed.
It's gonna be packed. People are gonna blow it up. It's gonna be really cool to see. Flag football is becoming a bigger thing too with youth sports, which I think is really cool to see. I think it's gonna be
Mhm.
special in the Olympics moving forward. And I actually wonder too. Now that's going introduced to the Olympics. We've seen basketball become more of a global sport over the last like 10, 20 years. If football could, catch up a little bit internationally, I think it's really cool to see. Some of these rugby dudes would probably be pretty interesting to see if they play flag football in the Olympics.
Facts. You know what? Them rugby dudes are pretty dope.
Yeah.
Like some real talent, man.
I know a lot of punters come over from rugby to the NFL. That's pretty common. So, I mean, not even just punters. Obviously, there's a lot of really, really big dudes who are running out there fast and playing hard in rugby. So that'll be interesting to see in the Olympics. Honestly, I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Me too. Me too.
Yep,
Me too.
absolutely. Hey, getting into these sleeper picks here, Des. Who you got this week?
I got Daniel Jones, man. I got
Love that.
Daniel Jones. I mean, I can't believe I'm saying Daniel Jones, but
Hey, go
I
for
just
it.
think I think the Giants is they coming alive. They are coming alive, and I think it's about that time. Daniel Jones live up to that contract. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I think it's time for that big performance, and I think he's gonna do it this week. So I'm excited to see it. What about
I
you?
mean, listen.
What
Go ahead.
I said, what about you? What's your
Oh,
sleeper pick?
listen. Like you were saying, Dolphins and Chiefs. The Chiefs are. I think this is a surprise. Des, I mean, without looking at the Vegas line, who do you think's favored for this game? The Dolphins or the Chiefs?
Man, I think the Chiefs favorite. as much as I love the Chiefs, I think the Dolphins are going to get them.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think the Chiefs are favored by 2.5 points in Germany, which I think is kind of wild. Honestly, the Chiefs just dropped a tough one to the Broncos. The streak is over. They had won 17 games in a row or something crazy against the Broncos.
Yeah.
Streak, especially against a divisional opponent you see twice a year. Those rivalries are always intense, as I'm sure you know.
Right.
Listen, I mean, that's special, but I mean, that offense is red hot, man. I mean, Tyree dominant performance.
Right. Went over. Hey, let's talk about that real quick. Went over 1,000 yards, the fastest ever in NFL history for a wide receiver.
Yep.
Crazy, right? He's setting a standard.
He's hitting 2,000, man.
So shout out to you, Tyree.
He came on the High Point Huddle last week. Shout out to him. Hey, maybe we're good luck. You know what I mean? Like maybe we got that thing going. We'll see how Hop does next week. You know, maybe we have that High Point rub.
Hey, Hop, 2 TDs. He coming in hot with 2 TDs. Will Levis, 2 TDs. Titans make him the permanent starter. You know, because Pittsburgh got a hell of a defense.
They need to. I didn't want to talk about it too much or be too aggressive or say anything. But listen, right. I think Levis deserves to be the starter forward if he continues to play at a high level. I'm not expecting 4 touchdowns again. Obviously, that's not a sustainable performance. But
now if we end up seeing 4 touchdowns again, he got to be the starter.
Yeah, I agree.
No question.
I mean, listen, I think I don't know how much you pay attention to the draft and like mock drafts and stuff like that, Des, but it's supposed to be a top 10 pick. He fell out of the first round. They got him at the round. This guy's a top prospect. He's a good player. He has a arm. He's pretty mobile too. I think he can be a really good quarterback at the next level if everything kind of clicks for him. He could be like a Matthew Stafford mobility kind of build. I think that's kind of a good comp for him. I like.
We'll see. We'll see. That's a lot of praise, Luke.
As far as his play style, I'm not saying who his career is going to turn into. But he's a strong arm quarterback, and he can move a little bit. I don't know. Strong.
He's athletic. He's very athletic. He's athletic.
Yeah, he's athletic. I don't think he's like Josh Allen athletic, but he's athletic.
Right. Hey, but look, I would say Josh Allen athletic. Look at him.
You think so?
Yeah, he's big.
Bro, like, Josh Allen's like white Cam Newton. I don't know. Like, Josh Allen's a freak.
Yeah. Pause, Luke. But hey, anyway.
Hey, listen. You don't have to do me like that, man.
Hey, but look, check this out though, bro. Like, Will Levis' ex-girlfriend, bro. Like, I felt, they broke up, right?
Yeah.
Do you know that, right? They broke up.
I saw.
And just think about it. Like, I can only imagine how she feel. Will, you better not go back to her, bro.
No.
Hey, you know why she coming back, bro.
I saw pictures of her on draft night sitting next to each other, and they're like, imagine how mad she is right now. Game 4 touchdowns.
She was there for the wrong reasons, Will.
Maybe.
Now she got an endorsement deal. I think she got an endorsement deal. She got was it like Burger King or something like that?
She did?
I'm serious, bro. She got an endorsement deal.
I want to give a shout out to Will Levis too, because I thought this moment was pretty cool. As soon as the game was over, he ran over to his family that was sitting down in the lower section and jumped up in the stands and gave him a hug. I thought that was really nice to see. So, I mean, shout out to Will.
Me too. I thought that was dope. Me too. I think he's going to be a damn good player. I think he exactly what Tennessee needs. I'm glad that they gave him an opportunity, and I'm looking forward to see what his career look like from here on out.
Again, like I was saying, I didn't want to mention too much, put him on the spot, but he fed him the ball. Not that many targets, 6 targets, but it counted, and he was really throwing the ball. And listen, like, no disrespect, he's had a good career, but he's just not looking at Hopkins the way that he did this game. And I think that in order to be a quarterback at this level and be successful, you have to get the ball to your elite playmakers. I'm sure
to do that
long time. But
yes, bro, you have to do that. And check it out. Go back and watch when Tennessee went to New Orleans and played. Like, the way they was force feeding Hop the ball, they even threw an interception. Like, no, that's not how you get him the ball. It's not about giving him 1,000,001 targets. It's how you give him those targets. And the way that Will and that offense set it up, that's how you do it, man.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Hop actually said it himself. Hop said it himself, me or try to like throw it to me just to throw it to me. You know, he hit those big plays. And I don't know if you saw this. I posted it and some other people did, but Will Levis's like throwing chart, like the throwing out like all his passes, like his shot chart in basketball of where his passes went are crazy. Like he was throwing it deep in his debut, which I think is awesome to see. Confidence to go in there and just rip it. So I'm really excited to see what he can do. I mentioned this earlier.
I'll tell you this,
Steelers this week. I don't want to see him have too good of a game now, but our secondary is pretty out there this week. Our corners are a little thin. Joey Porter Jr., but outside of those guys, man, I don't feel great about this second at the moment. I think Hop could have another big game.
You know what? I believe that too, and I'm going with Tennessee being your Steelers. I'm sorry, Luke. It's just with all the information you just shared, with what Will Levis doing, it is impossible for him not to come into this game ready to go and Hop at the same time.
I think the way the Steelers win this game, if they have to, is going to be defense. They're going to need people to win this game and stop the run. If they can do that, I think that's the this game. But this man, Des, can we talk about the Steelers' offense a little bit for a second?
Talk about it.
I don't know how their offensive coordinator has a job. Respectfully, you know he's had a long. He was here all year last year. They gave him all the offseason prepared to go into year 2 with Kenny Pickett. The only reason I can understand with him still having a job.
How long you forgot one thing they gave him?
What?
They gave him a lot of talent. They gave him a lot of talent at receiver. So yeah, there you go. You just missed that. So yeah, I'm listening.
But the only reason I think he does not been let go yet is because Mike Tom is keeping the same group together throughout the rest of the season. I don't think he is the kind of guy coordinator go mid season try to break up the consistency of the group. And I think they're also trying to give it time after the bye week. They just had their bye week to get things going again. Yeah. The run game has not really been existent. I also think Deontay Johnson has been big for them alongside Pickens a little bit, but still, man, this offense has been abysmal. Respectfully, I love Steelers, but we're just not putting up points. The defense has played fantastic this season. Watt has the same amount of touchdowns as Najee Harris. That's a problem.
That is a big problem.
This team is just not getting it going on the offensive side of the ball. Last year, I think Pickett is listen. I believe Pickett's a capable. I really do. I'm not trying to be biased, as you say on this show a lot. Favorite team here. I think
Pickett can be a quality quarterback too. I've always felt that way. I actually like Pickett. It's just you right about the OC. Like, come on, man. Like, let's get with the program. I don't know whose toes that's not getting stepped on, but Mike Tomlin needs to step on some toes and tell them boys to get this shit right. You got too much talent on the offensive side of the ball to not make plays, and especially get in the end zone. Like, I love Najee Harris, but come on, Warren, right? Warren, the backup running back, right? Pokes, he need to be the starter. A fire need to be lit under Najee. Najee, you a hell of a player not to go out here and dominate the way you should be dominating. So you got to get a guy who's dominating the ball, and that's Warren at the moment. So
yeah,
and I think that's going to set the table for that offense.
Yeah, it should be a good offense. It should be at least an average in the NFL offense this year. Defense has some holes in the secondary, but overall, they're not giving up a ton of points. A lot of the times, they're turnovers. Defense is scoring touchdowns. Sack numbers are there. TJ Watt's having another phenomenal year. We got to win some games, man. I mean, I feel like this is going to be another Coach Tomlin special. We get just above 500. We're going to finish like 9-8 on the year, maybe. But outside of that, I just don't see the upside in this team right now. And Des, I think this is actually an interesting topic. I know we're going a little off script here, but what do you think about being in the middle of the pack? Because I feel like it's a dangerous place to be. You don't want to waste away your years finishing 500. I feel like you got to rebuild, got to go all in and start putting together some wins. What do you think about the mentality of these teams who were like middle of the pack and just trying their best to make the playoffs and make some noise?
I mean,
from like a team building mentality, what do you think about it?
Right. You got some teams who believe, and you got some teams they just shut it all down to get prepared, because they see a guy that they really want, that's coming out in the draft that fall, in the upcoming year. It sucks because you got a lot of guys that's out there that's playing, to hope to keep a job. You get what I'm saying? It's just a lot of, crazy things, that goes on, with those teams in the middle of the pack. Like, it's just weird. It's weird because a lot of them got different philosophies. You get what I'm saying? And there's a lot of not transparent shit going on. Like it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like Washington, for example, they already gave up. They gave up. As you can tell, they tanking. They get prepared for the draft. Your top defensive players. Why would you do that? Chicago Bears sweat, and you sent Chase to the 49ers. That's crazy.
Dude, him to the 49ers is crazy. That defensive line is loaded. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, but just facts, but it's just crazy, it's hard to find that philosophy of these teams that that's in the middle of the pack. It's just hard to, I don't know. It's tough. It's a weird business, that's where business come in at.
I agree with you, but it is a difficult place to be in. What did you think about your Cowboys standing firm at the no moves? What do you think about that?
I mean, that's Jerry. That's Jerry. That's Jerry and Steven. That's been a motto too, for the longest. They don't get, they really do believe in the guys that they put on that team. So and as you can see, Dallas is damn good. I'm trying not to be biased, but they are. They are good when they win.
They have a great team this year. I mean, they're poised for a deep playoff run. I think they're definitely at minimum top 5 team in the NFC. They're a very, very good football team this year. And I agree. I mean, I really needed to make any moves, but I just thought I was just curious on your take and if you were a nice move for them to go out and get somebody.
I would have loved for them guys to go get a running back. I would have loved to see that. I wish they would have went out. I wish they would have went out and got Zeke back. They would have got Zeke back. I feel like that would have made, first off, Cowboy fans would have went crazy, berserk. Then on top of that, that would have brought a lot of energy back to the team. They already got the energy, but the offensive side of the ball. I think Pollard need that. Like I said, I always thought Pollard was a hell of a football player. I just think that it's certain ways and just he need to be set up, for him to have the success that they normally see Pollard have, and you need to run it back like Zeke.
Hey, can you talk a little bit about game from this past week? Yeah. He exploded, man. That was a dominant win. You were in the building too. How was that game?
Absolutely, man. It was absolutely amazing. I wasn't surprised, as you saw the prediction. I said he'll have 150 yards, 2 touchdowns. He had 152 yards, 2 touchdowns. So it was damn near right there. I felt it. I felt the energy. So much was going on in the media. Like, come on, he wear 88. And if you wearing that number, excuse me, everybody that support the star expect that guy who's inside of that 88 to perform at the highest level. And that's what we saw. And hopefully that can continue to keep getting him the rock, because he is the one. Everything need to go through him as far as that passing game. And if that continue to keep on happening, you're gonna see the Cowboys win. You're gonna see a phenomenal team. So I'm excited to see them boys.
I agree with you. I this team set up for success, like you mentioned. And I think that there are definitely some things that they could do to make the team better. I think this step one on the offensive side of the ball, going. They need to figure out a way to get him going and get him from last year. Like you mentioned, I think having a stronger running back 2 in the building might have done that for him.
Right.
But we're past that.
Let Rico play. Let Rico play a little bit more.
Give him more snaps.
Yeah, you I think that's how you're gonna get Pollard going. I'm like I said, and it's okay not to be an every down back, and plus you don't even want to be an every down back. No, because Pollard, if I was coaching Pollard, just me personally, yeah, I give him some some handoffs in between the tackle, but I don't want you there. I need you stretching the field. I need to be able to motion you out, in a stack and run, these little short slants and in and outs against these linebackers, because I know that's what you can do. I remember watching him at Memphis catching bombs.
Right.
He was lined up at wideout, doing this thing the way the Cowboys want him, the way the Cowboys have him, the success that the Cowboys want from him, the way they got him lined up, I think it doesn't match his skill set. That's all 100%. That I'm, that's what I'm saying.
I'm with you. Yeah. So that's step one for me, is get Tony Pollard going. And step feed CeeDee Lamb, and they did it this week. He
Got to.
needs minimum 8 targets a game, minimum
10.
10.
He needs 10.
You know what?
And
You
you
know, I
know
know
who
it's
else they
kind of
need
hard
to
to.
get involved? They need to get Brandon Cook involved too.
Yep.
They need to get him involved.
Yep. We times in the show this year. He's a very underappreciated talent in the league this year. You know, I think he always
Yeah.
has been, honestly. But I mean, this is a guy who, on a year-over-year basis, is putting up 1,000-yard seasons back to back to back. He's a special player, and they need to utilize his talent. 100% agree. I think that about does it for the show this week. Des, anything else you want to talk about?
Man, get D-Hop shirt.
Hop. We'll get to that in a second. Real quick though, Leonard Fournette to the Bills.
I saw that. I like that. That's dangerous. I love it. I love it. I think that really put the Bills in that conversation. I think that's something the Chiefs, that's something the Dolphins, that's something the Bengals, these guys have to pay attention to that. Like Leonard Fournette is Leonard Fournette. I don't care what nobody's saying. He just need that opportunity. And I really, man, if Buffalo go out here and give him the opportunities and let him play the way that Leonard Fournette plays, the Bills going to be scary as fuck. Just keeping it real.
Yep. I love it too. Not just from, the obvious reasons, but some things that people might not think about. I'm sure you do, but pass blocking. He's an amazing blocker too. Great pass catcher, underrated pass catcher. And I mean, he's a good leader to have in this locker room too. So I'm excited to see for the Bills. And I also think he could be their go-to goal line back. They've had some struggles with James Cook. He's a great player, but he's a smaller guy.
Facts.
Down at the goal line a lot, but having Leonard Fournette, who's a bigger dude, finishes those hard runs off down at the goal line, I think he could be a big addition for them there.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, no disrespect to Cook, none at all, because I think he's a phenomenal player. But I think if you get that Leonard Fournette going, if we get the Leonard Fournette that we know, I think you got to make him a starting back. And I think you play Cook the way you play Cook the way Dallas played Pollard when Zeke was there.
Yeah,
I think that's how you're gonna get.
I feel like it's gonna be a 1B situation, if anything. There, I mean, I think they got 3 backs too. Who's their third guy? Is it Latavius Murray? I think it's Latavius Murray.
I think so.
Who is it? Is it Damian Harris?
I'm checking right now.
I believe it's one of those. It's Latavius Murray. Singletary's in Houston. I got mixed up.
Yep. I'm looking at it now. Yep, you're right.
Yeah, so Latavius Murray's solid too. I think those 3 guys are all going to get touches. I think if I had to guess right now, I'm going to say is going to get 45% of touches. Fournette 30% of touches. And then what does that leave? Was that 15%? If my math checks out there. That's kind of what I envision. I think it's going to be a bit of I see Cook being the 1A, Fournette being the 1B, and then Murray coming in to fill in the gaps. That's kind of what I see.
Absolutely. That makes a lot of sense right there, Luke. That makes a lot of sense.
Appreciate that. Let's talk about Hop's shirt before we wrap up here. Plug it.
Absolutely.
Plug it hard, man. Go for it.
I mean, I'm going to let you talk about it. I'm going to add a little ball for you.
Hey, go ahead. Sounds good. Hey, listen. Hopkins, man, he had an amazing performance this past weekend. Hat Trick collection is out now. 3 T-shirts commemorating his amazing performance. You can right now. Go over to our account on X. Go over to our account on Instagram. It's all over the place, man. Hopkins posted about it. We posted about it. Des posted about it. It's everywhere. Design 3 different choices for you to choose from, and the winner is entered in a raffle to get a DeAndre. It's going to be amazing. A really, really nice product. And we were able to provide that and, collaborate with Hop on it, like Des mentioned, several times. Every time he's on his platform saying the true athlete-fan connection, man, and giving these athletes a piece in this and experiencing the community that we have here with Personal Corner and High Point. So very, very excited about this launch. Again, it's live and available for purchase right on our Personal Corner X account and Instagram account. You can see the link over there and go get your shirts, guys. It's really, really nice.
Absolutely. And that's the only ad-lib I got because that was such a performance. That was beautiful, Luke.
Hey, listen,
beautiful.
In social media marketing every day, brother. I sell a lot of T-shirts. You know what I mean? So I'm used to doing that. I can plug shirts all day, plug merchandise all day long.
Yeah.
But dude, hey, listen, I have to buy mine still. I was trying to buy one earlier and I forgot my credit card info. Off screen right next to me right now. I'm about to buy one as soon as this show's open. I'm excited to get mine.
Oh yeah, let's get it. Let's get
Some
it.
words to the people here before we wrap up.
Hey man, look, I appreciate you guys as always. Luke and myself, the rest of the team. This does not happen without you guys. It does not happen without your support. We're doing our best each and every day to give you fans the real, transparency, authentic, athlete, to fan engagement, connection, whatever it is you want to call it, and to just, like I said, just do our best to give to you guys. So I appreciate you guys for always tuning in. It really do mean a lot. Shout out to Luke as always. Shout out to the whole squad. We looking forward to doing this next week. We're gonna keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger and better.
Bigger and bigger and better. And hey, real quick, shout out to the some of you guys are watching this right now. 32 amazing new creators.
Shout out to those guys.
Yep, it's gonna be great, man. We had a lot of great content already today from the trade from these new teams going out there giving their take for you guys, sharing it on High Point personal specials. It's going to be really, really fun. We have a lot of fun stuff coming there. New show coming. I have to announce that soon, but Twitter Spaces, once a week, we're going to have a show called The War Room. Everyone's going to come together. It's going to be a really, really dope show. All 32 people will be there. I'm sure Des will pop in every once in a while. It's going to be really, really fun. So talking football, talking their teams is going to be great. So shout out to them. Shout out to you watching.